But not far from where the Steelers' former homes, at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw from the outset. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game. And it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Now Corey Dillon, the 4-time Pro Bowler. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Attacking 18.
4th down. Here's RG3. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
No, 70.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ready.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Riggs.
Griffin. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a first and 10.
Roll.
Henry up the middle. Breaks through the contact. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Derrick Henry. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans nothing.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Throwing is Stafford. That's caught by Jackson. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Texans first down. 1st and goal, Houston.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the Steelers' 6-yard line.
Now Stafford. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that went off the mark a little late with a throw.
Back-to-back incompletions and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Cook. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
70, let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 3rd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the option, here's Henry. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. To throw is RG3. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready? Stretch the eagle.
Out of the gun, Griffin. He's got room at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sam Laporta in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They set up the screen for Henry. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield, and allow the play to be successful.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 43, here's second and a couple. Here's Griffin to throw. That is caught. It's Chad Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Play action. Now Griffin. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Reggie Wayne, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Steelers 21, Texans nothing.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's...
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, They've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Looking to put a drive together.
Set. Move 60. Stop.
Stafford. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here's Stafford. That's taken in by Ferguson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Back to throw. Stafford. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
180.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. It's complete to Cook. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up.
21.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. From back at the 8 now after the false start. Another try at first and goal.
180.
Cook following the penalty. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
280.
Stafford now to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is third and goal.
Easy. 180.
Now it's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. Guess who? J.J. Watt. as he so often does, getting in there to wreak havoc. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go play action with Griffin. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. We'll give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 5.
Come on, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check out.
Off the option, here's Henry. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A first down carry for Henry. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. The big man, Vince Wilfork, able to get him down. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run it again with Henry. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, Smash. Crackle 80.
They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Griffin going to throw it. Again, it's Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation.